Hi guys, this is Dana at Twin Acres Farm, and as promised, I was going to make a video on my electric Carey canner. You might also see Nesco canner. I think that company bought them out. So either one is what you're looking for if you want to get your own. You cannot can in jars in your Instapot. Okay, I know it's a pressure canner. We use it to cook our meat and veggies, etc. But it's not built for long-term preservation. It's not safe. Right? So this is the ones that you want to get. So let me flip it around. I have two. Let me show you how to set them up, how to get them going, if this is something you want to do. I'm doing green beans. I do it, once or twice, like once a year or once every 2 years, depending on how much I put up, and it lasts our family. The girls are a huge help. I can't do all this work by myself, right? Here is my brand new one. Right out of the box. I haven't used it yet. I got a second one because I love them so much. And so on big days, I can have two going at one time. Here's my very well loved one, right? My new one is set and ready to go with green beans in it. So I'm going to show you how to get it started for that. They come with two weights. Right? If you're at a higher elevation like I am, right? We're at several thousand feet in elevation. We're using the green weight because it is a heavier weight to compensate. The black weight, if you are in most of your southern tier states, that's all you're going to use, right? So in here, I have my 4 quarts of green beans. I have 8 cups of water. And since I have well water, I have a little bit of a heart. I mean, it tastes delicious, right? It's way better than city water, but it does put some minerals onto your jar. So I put a little splash of vinegar, and that keeps that from happening. Okay, so we want to slide it to the closed position. On top, I have this on airtight. Now, I use exhaust whenever I'm just water bathing, like jams and jellies. I use the exhaust mode, but since we're pressure canning, we want it on airtight. It gives you all these awesome warnings on, on top because it does steam, right? So you don't want to put your face or hands anywhere near that hot steam. Then to get it set up, I'm going to press the high button, not pressure cook, right? Pressure cook is like your Instant Pot. You could replace your Instant Pot with this for some things, but we want to press high. And then for quart jars of green beans, they need to go for 25 minutes. Yes, I know it's annoying to push all these buttons to get it set. And then I'm going to press start. Okay, that's it. I'm going to walk away, go do other things, right? It's going to take care of itself. It's going to keep spinning until it heats to the correct pressure. And then it will start counting down. After, you'll have the steam coming out, etc. as it's working. And when the timer is done, you cannot take these green beans straight out of the pot. It's got to release all that pressure before you're going to be able to open it. So this one is actually finished and complete, right? It has released most of its pressure. Since it doesn't have very much coming out, I'm going to put it on the exhaust mode. It's going to release a little bit more because until this little stopper goes down, I cannot slide it to the open position. Another thing with canning is that you don't want to be in a hurry to get these open and out because it can cause, it can cause siphoning, which is where the water comes out of your jars and into the pot instead of staying in your jars. Another thing is the temperature change from going from super hot to your house mode. It can break the bottom of your jars, right? Because it's such a big temperature change and you don't want all your hard work to go to waste. So as this is releasing some pressure, I don't open it full blast immediately. One thing that I do is when it's ready to open, right? It's not yet, it's still releasing some steam a little bit, but when it's ready to open, instead of opening this lid full ajar, what I like to do is when I get it open, I like to stick a wooden spoon in there. That way it's lifted a little to let that temperature change happen. And then I let it sit there, for about maybe 10-15 minutes at just a crack before I open the lid completely. You will save your work and some jars by doing this. I know, I've been doing this for a long time, and if you just throw that lid right open, those glass jars can't handle that temperature change. So take my advice, don't be in a hurry, right? Don't be in a hurry. A couple more things, right? I think this one's ready to open, yes. Okay, here we go. See, they're ready. It's really good and hot. I don't want to open that all the way. I'm going to set my spoon there, let it, you know, kind of adjust before I open it and take them out. Those jars, you're going to set off to the side. Don't mess with them. And you'll hear that glorious little ping sound from them, right, when they are sealing. Up here, I have what's left of a few jars. I did these back in 2020, right? So these are 2 years ago. I did about 40 pounds. They're just as good as when I did them, right? They're sealed. I take the rings off because that way if it's not sealed, you will know. You're not supposed to leave your rings on, actually. Once these things are sealed, they are sealed tight. You could pick it up by that, right? And they're not going to come undone. The rings are just for when you're canning. They're not for, you know, forever, actually, right? And another thing that you might want to get is, this is what I call the canning Bible, right? So it has everything and instructions on how to can anything you can ask, anything you could want. I'm also part of several Facebook canning groups. YouTube is a great resource, right? I use it all the time. I did not grow up doing all this canning, right? I've learned from friends. I've learned and taught myself. I've learned from experimenting, right? Don't be afraid, and don't be afraid to ask questions. There's so many people that would love to help. If I left off something, let me know. Shoot me a message. I get messages from all over the place all the time. I am a teacher, right? I teach 2nd grade, but I also teach adults. And, you know, I'm here for you. Just shoot me a message. Thanks, guys.